Hello there, I am Rebecca Wood, normally found on BBC Midlands Today, but today I've been let out of the studio into this fantastic location. I'm going to be meeting some of the amazing fundraisers who've been doing their thing for BBC Children in Need, some of the people who benefit from your very donations, but most importantly, I have to introduce you to our star guests for this evening. We have our very own choir of around about 200 children from right the way across the West Midlands. They only came together to rehearse today. Give us a cheer, guys! Good evening. The mother of a 16-year-old Birmingham boy stabbed to death near a children's playground in Oxford has made an emotional plea to catch his killers. This is the final stop for the Duke of Cambridge on his tour of Birmingham and the Black Country, and it all focuses around the story of a real-life war hero. What year are we in?
This is 1900.
Can I take a selfie with you?
What?
Cheers! But historians here haven't just been looking at the role of working class women. 200 years before this, and 100 years before this, a woman here in Coalbrookdale took charge of one of the biggest companies in the world. And here in Norton in Stoke-on-Trent, thousands of local fans were treated to a close-up view of the greatest cricket player in the world when the legendary Sir Garfield Sobers signed up for their local league club. Yeah, it's not too bad, Amy. I'm going to introduce you to the nerve centre of BBC Children in Need for tonight. I have to leave these handsome chaps though because we can't fit in there, so come with me. We're backstage at the Wolverhampton Grand. We've got to go through this big red door, go right the way through here, and then if you follow me backstage, you'll see we've got the final touches being put to our lighting. It's going to be an all singing, all dancing affair. Come through these curtains. Here we go. Wait for this view. It's spectacular. And on here, we will find my very handsome co-host for this evening, Mr. Richie Anderson. Do you know, at the moment, Mary, we've got 38. I'll just give you a little tour of them. I think they definitely win the award for the most festive village at the moment. This is a traditional type of tree. Then we've got some handmade ones. Then we've got some cheeky ones like this one from the local football club. Notice the ball not in the net, apparently. That's very common. This is the work of Horticultural WI. Well, we've all heard about the beast from the east. The jet stream switched directions. It forced in these very cold winds from Siberia, and that has bumped up against Storm Emma, and as the two met, it gave us these bands of snow. So we have seen this continuation of these snow bands working their way across us, and today we're getting hit by it good and proper. This is Charles Darwin's will. He died in 1882. In it you can see that he left his manuscript of the Voyage of the Beagle to his eldest son William. That was his record of his 5-year voyage on HMS Beagle, during which he developed his theories of evolution, which changed the way we see the natural world forever.
He dragged me down the road to shout at me and tell me that I can't leave him and that I belong to him. And he ripped the hood of my jacket, and that's when I was thinking to myself, what am I doing? I'm pregnant, I don't need to be treated like this.
Samia fled from her partner after 7 years of physical and then emotional abuse. She lost everything.
My life was nice. I had a job, I had friends, I had a community, I had people to turn to if I needed anything. Being here, I had to start all over again.
Coming here today and hearing about how one family's life has been completely changed by your donations shows me just how important Children in Need really is. Okay, I think I know what that is. P is of course for parade, but you can't have a parade without one of these. Here you go, Marty.
Thank you.
That's a float, by the way, and Miss Marty is behind it.
The parade is our way of being able to walk through town.
It takes a lot of effort to get this part of town ready for the big weekend. I is for infrastructure. Well, it looks pretty healthy to me, actually, Mary. Big thank you to Pat, who's let us invade her session. But what is Back to Netball all about? So it really is increasing. It's an incredibly popular sport. I did have a go before. I don't believe I'm going to do this. Carol, take this. Right. Let's give it a go. Get it in. No pressure. Yes! I'll take that. The Royal Three Counties show tomorrow. There will be some rain. Take your brolly along. Temperatures getting up to around about 16 to 19 degrees. Then as we head into Sunday, it is going to be a drier day. And as we head into Monday and Tuesday, high pressure takes charge and things start to return to summer with temperatures back into the 20s, Giles. It is a sight to behold, isn't it, Mary? 14 acres of delphiniums here, and these are going to be used at weddings right the way across the world. 21 years they've been growing here. Happy 21st birthday, Charles.
Thank you very much indeed. That's really kind of you.
It's looking absolutely stunning. How's the weather impacted on you this year?
We were worried during the winter that it was too cold and wet, but 2 weeks ago this field was green, and now, as you can see, it's a complete rainbow of colours. So we're ready to harvest it.
It's interesting because it seems like perfect picking weather, but this is not perfect picking weather, is it?
No, it's a beautiful blue sky, but there's a wind.
When the National Trust took over this site 28 years ago, they wanted to return it to Bateman's vision, which means many of these plants descend from the originals. Take the 2013 Ashes. Heavy rain on the third test at Old Trafford forced a draw, which in turn helped England lift the famous urn. Welcome to the Chelsea Flower Show in the heart of London. Now, for the next week, this 7-acre site will be home to some of the finest exhibitions in the gardening world. The creme de la creme come here, and what they all want is a gold medal to take home. Lady Dorothy here is one of just 2 pigs in the world, the other being Eutha, who are part of this rare breeding project. And by March, we should have our first 2 litters of pigs.
Catch.
Just about. The season's underway now, and it's pretty likely that over the next 6 months, rain will stop play.
But even when the weather's really bad and there's no cricket, there's always a picnic.
Oi! It's mine.